How does media affect you? This year at our youth retreat, we looked at a documentary entitled Captivated. Perhaps you've heard of this. This documentary speaks to the fact that the media is designed to captivate our attention, to steal our time and use it in a useless way. And after watching this documentary, we challenged our young people to, whoever wanted to do a media fast for 1 month. To say no to all those things that we're using uselessly. We didn't ask them to put the phone away completely, but just those things and apps that they're using unnecessarily, to put those aside and do a media fast. And in this video clip, we will hear some of the testimony, some of the experiences and perspectives that the young people had as they decided to do this.
Yeah, so when I first heard we were going to do a 30-day media fast, I was thinking to myself, this wouldn't really apply to me. Like, I'm not using that much time on Instagram. But then later I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll give it a shot. So throughout the weeks, I really started to notice that I had so much more time. Like, in the beginning, I set goals. Okay, what will I do with my time instead of, scrolling through reels and stuff? So I set some goals. I did like reading a book. I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. I was like, yeah, I need to do it because I don't like to read. So I decided, okay, I'll read through that. And I really decided, okay, I will read the Bible. Like, that is something I genuinely thought I would do. And I did, because I'm going through a course, and this guy that I'm watching, he says, be true to yourself. Like, keep your promises. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. So yeah, I did it, and I could seriously feel it, how much more time I have, and feel like, I guess, like a sort of calmness. Like, I don't have to pull up my phone whenever I'm at a table or outside. I don't have to pull up my phone and like scroll through the media. And honestly, just think as well. Like, you're outside, you don't pull out your phone, you think. And so it has really made a difference, and I will definitely keep on doing it. Like, maybe I'll get the app, but I will have discipline. Like, I can see that the time I have is valuable, and yeah, that I can do it for something useful.
So when the Media Fest was mentioned, or we watched the documentary, I knew that media is something I struggled with. I've had set time limits. I had an app for the time limits, and then the app started not working so well, so I deleted the app, and then the problem arose of spending too much time on media. And now that I deleted the apps, it's somehow the time I have is so much more valuable, or I have so much more time on my hand. I know a few years back, I really liked reading, and I spent a lot of my time reading. But now I spend so much of my time on my phone, media, and so on, that somehow you don't even realize how much time you spend. But I've read a few books, and I haven't done that in a while. Not even like I've read books, but more on the time span of months. Now I've already read a few books, and it hasn't even been a month. I still have some apps on my phone, and I saw an app that, okay, no, you spend too much time on it, Tanya, but now I set a time limit on that too. It's just, media has such a way of controlling your life, and it has a way of controlling mine. There's still so many things I can work on, but this Media Fest has opened my eyes of how much time you spend on just scrolling or watching something. I know for me, watching a YouTube video or just being on Instagram or so on, it was a coping mechanism. When things went wrong in my day, I started watching things. Not necessarily bad things. I had a vlogger that I really liked, and she was very inspiring, but somehow my time wasn't consumed very wisely, and this has just been a very eye-opening experience, and I'm very glad I did it, even though it's very hard, and I sometimes still don't know why I decided to, but ultimately I know it's for the best, and I will learn from it very, very much.
So when we were at this youth retreat, and we watched a documentary, and I was thinking to myself, like, this is something I have a problem with. You could say it was a addiction, and I thought I need to do something about it. and I thought I'm gonna do a media fast. I'm gonna do completely like just the one thing that I use for work. Everything else I'm gonna shut out. And if it was games, movies, whatever it was, I would just turn it off completely so I could focus on something else. And first I had a few very busy weeks, so it wasn't very hard. So then when you get back to work, you have your jobs you do, and you can feel like the way you're used to. You get it on your phone and you just scroll around like what can I look into now, and then like you notice when I'm going into this and I want to scroll again or this, and you notice like how captivated one is onto a thing. But like now I can really feel it helps me a lot. Like I never had time really like after work to play with my guitar some. Now I try to take some time, play guitar, like take on that skill, like improve myself in that, and have more time to read the Bible and be more in your thoughts, think about life and about God and all that stuff. So yeah, I would recommend everybody to do a media fast. It's really helpful.
So now I realize we're using media to talk about media fast. We're using media to try to reach you about a media fast. And media is here to stay. We're never going to get rid of it. And the idea of a media fast isn't to eliminate media out of our life. The idea with a media fast is to take a step back from the media to see what is really useful, what is really needed in my life, what really helps me to reach my goals, and what is hindering me, what is robbing me of my time, like you heard in the testimonies. So can I challenge you to a media fast? Take a moment to reflect on what are the things that rob you of your time, the most useless time. And do a media fast from that for 1 month, and then take inventory of the time that you used for the useful things, and then make decisions accordingly. How do you use your media? We only have 24 hours a day, we only have one life, and eternity is coming, and the Bible encourages us to make the most of our time. So will you take a media fast as well? I challenge you to do it. I promise you, you will not regret it.